Thank you for saying you've missed me. I've gotten your messages and stuff online, and people are just like, "We missed you. What happened last week?" So thank you. I had all plans to release an episode last week. Life be lifing, and life got it. As you know, I'm dealing with a collapsed roof, a ruined floor, another ruined floor, and a ruined ceiling. So I deal with all that goes with that. You can only imagine. So you've been through this before. So I've been dealing with that, and that became overwhelming last week. So I was busy doing that, trying to also run my business. So I couldn't get an episode out. So today you're gonna have both episodes 7 and 8. In a weird way, you know how God works. These episodes are good back to back, and they were just what I needed after a stressful week of dealing with house stuff. But again, the Hardys, you guys are just, I mean, the best. I mean, the best. I'm doing this 10 years, and you guys are the best. So give you a couple of updates. But I am working on I'm dealing with all the stuff doing with my house. We're inching along. No construction has been done yet because we're trying to get the permits here in Inglewood, which is not LA. It's part of LA, but not LA has its own, we have our own mayor and everything. They have their own rules, and they're a little harder than LA, ironically. And so we're waiting for that, but we can't. So far, it's been beautiful. It's like, this is my backdrop. It's LA. And it kind of looks like this right now, actually, outside. It's in the 70s. It's beautiful, clear. I was just out there earlier. Wonderful. So that's supposed to happen for a while. Should be no rain for a while because I can't have more rain before we get the roof fixed. So we're working as fast as we can on that. Also, I've talked to Brother Brian Bird, Papa Hardy, and we are going to do our annual post-season kind of conversation. So if you're new to this, every season, we've been doing it for 10 years, Brian graciously comes on, gives us his time. Usually the show ends on a Sunday. We used to do it that Monday, the next night, live, so you can comment and ask questions and stuff. Live that Monday, following the finale, we get on and we talk for a couple hours. We talk everything. We're very open and honest. We talk everything, and it's a good conversation. It's a good tradition that we do every postseason. So that will be happening. I just talked to you, and that'll be happening again. So at the end of the season, stay in tune. We'll get you actual time and all that. If you want to watch live or save the date so you can listen to it afterwards. Also, I was informed of there's a new person, PR person, working with when it comes to hard sides, got in touch with them. So people were asking me why I didn't know guests. So I was emailing the wrong person. I didn't hear all the news. So now I do know it is. So now I'm going to work with that person and hopefully get us like do every season, get some one-on-ones for you guys. Awesome. I love the interviews too. And I love the cast. I love the cast so much. But 10 years. This week's my 10-year anniversary as a host. Also, TV host. I've never knew that in my late 40s I'd find my calling. And now in my late 50s, I'm enjoying it. And thanks to you and all the others who watch my shows, and thanks to my former co-host and still good friend, Mr. Serafini, and AfterBuzz TV and all that for getting me into this. I never even dreamed that this was I'd be doing this and for a living. So I'm going more into that a little later because episode 8, I got a little teary eyed because I can relate to Fiona and what was going on there. So when it comes to the radio, so I will talk about that later. But happy 10 to me. Again, there's a little bit of my yogurt. Sorry, I'm getting that. But both these episodes are great companion to each other. Lighthearted, fun, with story being moved forward. I know I saw the preview for next week. Now the actions, because I was saying this season we've had 8 episodes of, besides the first episode, kind of just ensemble acting, ensemble stories. Not a lot of heavy action or drama. A lot of lightheartedness, a lot of comedy. And watching it and watching episode 7 especially, I was like, wow, look how far we've come on this show. Because now we're in the 20s, going towards the late 20s. Just what they're including on the show. You know, it's all dancing thing and the dresses now we got radio going on. We have a newspaper, like all this stuff. You and I can make no. Well, I won't sing that song. But you and I, if we were longtime viewers, we've watched this show grow, and you see the cast is larger in terms of the background cast. I'm seeing so much diversity on the screen. It's wonderful. Just like it's all the things that I didn't see in the beginning. I'm seeing it's there. It's all there, and that's what's so wonderful. We have watched this show just blossom to what it is today. To me, it's still a similar something. Obviously, all shows don't stay the same. It's the same show at the beginning, obviously not, but it gives me the same feelings. So even after all the crap that I was going through last week, I said to myself, but now I can sit down and watch a show that I know I'll enjoy and have a good time. And that's what's so wonderful about shows. And some folks will say it's frivolous. TV's gonna rot your brain and blah. Yeah, it does sometimes. Sure, I don't know what you watch. But TV can also help your mental health and your spiritual health and your stability. It can help. And shows like this, if you have a show that you really like that gives you joy while watching it, who's to say anything about that? I love it. I mean, I love it. And this show brings me joy. So I'm standing by it. I don't know TV is bad. I'm so sorry. I haven't eaten all day. I got to something. Mm. Okay. Season 12, episode 7 is called Dance the Night Away. Um, the last two episodes, especially, we're getting a lot of Nathan and Elizabeth learning about each other. And they spent a lot of time together, learning about each other. They don't know everything about each other. So it seems they're very invested in this pair. Meanwhile, we have the hotel, and Eva's running up her bill, but they say she's good for business. Rosemary, oh my God, these last two episodes were hilarious. Pascal Hutton's my girl, you know that already. The fact that she gets to actually see, well, I love this because that's being on the air 12 seasons, you get to do this eventually. Having this younger upstart coming to town, and she's mysterious. We don't know what he was doing. We have no. I can't even guess what it is. I just can't even. They keep dropping little clues of things, and I'm like, I don't even. I mean, her parents are off in the her parents maybe I don't know off in the Alps. I don't know. Is she an heiress? Like I mean, we have no idea about her. But Rosemary shades her so hard. The shade is real. It makes me laugh, and it's hilarious. They're gonna do the Important to Being Earnest, Oscar Wilde. They're gonna do a play, which again means ensemble, which means we get to see the other actors' talents, which I always see who can sing and who can act, all that kind of stuff. And so that's so, and of course Rosemary's gonna head up that. Um, Now Nathan does his thing, so we say they haven't any dates. They decide to bring you see decides she so Elizabeth decides she's gonna get a secret present for them. Buster Keaton, huge star back then, obviously timely. She got him two trains to Union City, and they're going to go see Buster Keaton movies. That's very cute. Doing that. Meanwhile, Fiona's trying to sell salon still. And she gives, and I love how they're all still there for each other. She gives Elizabeth advice about setting the samples of her new curriculum, which I love this storyline. This the last. I love this. I mean, it's again with all these storylines, and I've said it before. I'll say it again. They find a way to make them timely. You kind of go, wow, that's still an issue then. That's an issue now. That's something that's important then. It's still important now. It may be 2025, but also it could be 1928, or it just doesn't matter. It's like it's some issues are just universal. That's one of the reasons why I love the show. Um, the auditions, I don't think it's funny. Then we got the Rosemary Nathan Bill stuff. Put them together in a room, always happy, trying to solve a mystery. There are more coins in Amsterdam. My family's Dutch. Like Amsterdam, I'm from Amsterdam. There, so I think they have to have a little adventure there. And I was wondering about Joseph and Henry are friendship, so they're doing some backdrops. But Viv can sing. Joseph was sitting there humming, singing some songs. And I was like, Viv, okay, you can sing. Okay, Viv. I see you singing. Got a good voice. Ali and Oliver, say that 5 times fast. which I like their budding situation. But to Lucas, they may have found a way to have the cattle go elsewhere and not worry about the going crossing the water. And this is a fun, it's an ecological again. That was important then too. The system stuff, but they may have found a path that goes around, and they could solve the problem of helps the ecology, but also can help everybody in the situation, the ranchers, and everybody. So they're gonna help. I just probably didn't expect. I was like, oh, okay. So Nathan and Elizabeth run into Toddy. I mean, meet his wife. And so she becomes this part was so much fun. She becomes Diane, the wife of who he's pretending to be, of course. And they get invited to a dance party, basically. And it's like, okay, putting them in adventures. So I was like, okay, Diane DeMarco, which is kind of funny. And so I was like, okay, put them in an adventure. And at first, of course, their number just everything's just like they're not even on the same page. It was fun watching them get on the same page. I love mysteries. I love a good undercover. This was impromptu. It was a lot of fun. It's always fun to see our characters outside of Hope Valley, just in something other than anything else. That dress was beautiful that they were in, that she was in. Um, and apparently, Tadius came back from Amsterdam. Mm-hmm. His wife Trudy's a hoot. I wonder, the actress was really good. I don't know who she was, the actress, whoever she was great. I actually want to know more about their marriage because she was so into the love story of Nathan and Elizabeth, well, Diane and the Marcos, that I don't know, I'm like, Toddy's supposed to be one of the bad guys, obviously, right? But I'm like, does she love him? Is she in love with him? She's not happy. I'm like, for some reason, that actress made me really want to find out more about Trudy. And because she was dancing and drinking and having a good time, I was like, is that all just a she's an unhappy marriage or she knows what her husband's about? The actress and the writing made me feel sorry for her and want to delve more into her. I'm like, what's your story? Good job, writers. And they even say, so we're the bad guys right now? I go, yes, we're the bad guys. But Todd is like, something's off. Well, they mentioned they met because of singing the song, You Made Me Love You. So a bit of disbelief, of course. Even the tune was played a little earlier in the episode. We have Nathan and Elizabeth singing. They sing the whole song. And I was like, their voices were. Well, Elizabeth has a great, Elizabeth. Erin has a great voice. Kevin's voice was decent. It was decent. But they did it together. There was so much fun. Again, them coming together, having adventures. I love adventures. So I'm down. So it was, what a great scene. All the costumes, everybody do the dances, the music. Great job. One cost to heart people. It was wonderful. But it's funny. They're singing the song, kind of just like trying to kind of go through emotions, trying to make sure the lyrics right and stuff. Then towards the end, did you notice that Nathan starts to really feel the lyrics towards the end and really sings it to her? I said in my notes, he got real, and they sung the song. So it's like there's some. I love that his acting was good in that too. It's like somehow it was like he was tying it together. Like, yeah, we're playing this fictional couple, but the words of the song, I mean them. So I like that. And of course, there are Lucas and Miss Martell, I think he called her. She showed he shows her the map that the kids came up with. And there's a little chemistry between them. They're slowly working towards them. They play gin, with all cards. Um, and she's like, stop the proposal. She's like hiding something from him. And I'm like, okay, what's gonna come? I was waiting for something to really come out. And she's just like, just stop the proposal. He's like, why? Okay, Rosemary and Lee are the best couple on earth. We know that already. And again, why Rosemary's the bomb. she's like, this girl just sucks up the room. She's so dramatic. And Lee is he's such a good husband. He's such a good husband. Oh my God. Some of these scenes I wonder how to get through them. They're hilarious, but they're loving, which is what Kevin and Pascal do really well. And it's fun, again, going full circle. Originally, Eva was supposed to be like a copy of Elizabeth, a younger Elizabeth, but it seems she's more like a younger Rosemary. When Rosemary came to town, and it's bothering Rosemary. It's like, okay. And then there's this quiet scene where Rosemary Laveau, my girl, when she's looking at some of her past glories in a box and the gloves. And there's not really any dialogue. She's showing pictures until Lee calls her upstairs. But she's just kind of pensive and just kind of looking at it and remembering, I guess, her time. Remember, she was a performer when she came to town. Again, I'd say this again, from season 2 to now, that character arc, amazing. Then we got another really great scene with Fiona and Maisue. Fiona, I mean, the author, an offer comes in for the salon, just to call her partner, everything. But Fiona's really struggling with, should she marry this guy? Is he the way to her dreams of wanting to make change happen in the world? Or does she take faith on herself and say, I'm going to do it myself without that and keep it moving? Because you can feel, I mean, Kayla is great. So it's so good to have her, had her on the show for a little bit. So it was kind of fun. And then Rosemary was just talking and she said the curriculum. And then season 8 picks up where Elizabeth's on the radio talking about the curriculum. So they're really using this radio, which I love it. If that would be me, I'd be involved in the radio somehow. I mean, I'd be doing something in radio, clearly. And Rosemary, and it's Rosemary again. It's just really shading Eva. She's just really just not, and especially the best friends. They always push each other, which friends do, in a good way. It's like, okay, girl, ask her to be in the play. Rosemary can't even get the words out. And says she could be assistant stage manager. Hilarious. Superintendent Bennett comes to town and they go on the radio for a debate. And she kind of, it's all this, and I found I've done this, and the learning's great, blah, blah. And as Superintendent Bennett does the whole, what is the measurable scores? What were the results? You're very fuzzy and naive, and all these just throws all this stuff at her. It's a new idea. Of course, new ideas always come with opposition. That's just normal. That's in anything. They kind of, if they didn't think about it, think of it first. And it's not just done on the radio, so it's done in public. They have a show called Daily Dialogue. They're trying to really up it. Well, it makes it makes it hot as fish grease. She's upset. But the fun exchange between her and Nathan was that she should be more like Diane DeMarco. And she's like Diane, don't she? That part was kind of funny. And it was also funny when she was like, he's like, well, no, I just noticed she's in there. That's a very male thing to say, right? You like to have somebody a little on the other side of things, right? That was very cute. But she feels discouraged. She feels really discouraged, Meanwhile, a man checks in, doesn't say, he never says his name, because she goes, because Hickam goes name, and he doesn't say it, he just tells the Knights. I'm like, don't you write down his name? But maybe he said it later. I don't know. He never said it. Serious guy in there. He's like, we wanted a couple maps. So he's there. Fiona and Rosemary have a good talk too. It was a lot of fun. And then we got Roland Rockwell comes to town from Benson Hills Broadcasting Station. He's the cousin of Rosemary's nemesis, Randall. And of course, he does the whole thing, which I know all about this, about the show is boring and needs more stuff. And I'm laughing because I actually want to do a show called Farmer Dave and the Moo Minute. like a minute. That would be a fun little side project for Hallmark for the show. Like put on the website, like, "Hi, I'm on the farm, and here's what we're talking about. We're talking to the cows or whatever." That could be a lot of fun. It could be a fun little segment. Hallmark, call me. I think it's kind of fun, but apparently that's beating them. So they decided to play on the radio, which is so close home to me because I produce audio dramas, which are basically, we said, are harking to the time when they used to have soap operas and plays on the radio. So to me, I'm like full circle watching this. I'm like, yeah, I do this for a living. I just had a recording last night where everybody's on a Zoom and they record the voices, but this is gonna be done live. And what which I haven't done yet. I want to do a live show. I haven't done yet. I love that. So they have the meeting with the cattlemen and and homegirls there, of course, Miss Martell. And we got a new character, AJ McGinty, little cantankerous man, who's against them doing anything. He's like, just drop the proposal. They don't like proposal at all. He has no time for the kids, which I mean, I understand that. It seems mean, but that's kind of like back then, kids were seen, not heard. But that's kind of how it was back then. But he's shutting everything down. Luke's like, okay. But Allie recognizes the boots from a few episodes ago, right? That he was dragging the trees. So he's part of this whole shenanigans and everything. And Oliver stops her from saying things out loud. She don't understand why. It's about it later, but she's like, well, let's just like, hold off for a second. And then later, of course, Allie and Oliver talk to Henry, of all people, about it. I love the whole city. And he gives him advice. He's like, stay silent. Give him room to make a mistake. They usually do. They'll make a mistake and then be ready. And be ready for what? They don't know. But he's just like, that's when you strike, is when they make mistakes. But usually they do. And it's like smart advice on Henry. Meanwhile, that guy is watching them. Nathan fills in Bill on what's going on, what happened in New City and all that, and fills him in. So that's there. You have the radio play, the radio play rehearsals. He couldn't get sick. Didn't see this coming either, so it was kind of funny twist. He got everybody, all the men sick. They all went to the hospital, they all got sick. Didn't see that. So they're going to do a play with the women, which is the theme of like this show. The women always are strong and come together. And here's the thing that killed me. Folks, you guys do know Natasha Burnett, who plays Minnie, is actually British. So when she did her British voice, it caught me off her like, wait, I'm like, oh my God, that's right, she's British. So she gets to use her regular voice in this play. I think, oh my God, as an actress, it must have been fun because she's a Brit playing an American playing a Brit. There's a nuance in there that she did with the whole like, she's good with the voice, but she's nervous and she's kind of like pretending she doesn't speak that way normally. Like it's Natasha girl, it worked. It totally worked for me. It totally worked. That was cool. Rosemary played a man. Minnie, Macy will play the butler. And then what happens? She finally asked Gwendolyn. She asked Eva to play Gwendolyn. And how cute it was, how she was like, I look up to you and I want to be like you and all stuff. And Rosemary was like, okay. She finally kind of takes her in. And I get it. If you see a mirror of yourself younger or somebody younger coming up, it's a little weird at first. She's like, wait a minute, I'm here. I'm not gone. I'm the original. I get it. Yeah, a little bit. I do. So the women are going to save the day, which they should, of course. Also, okay, yes, okay. Meanwhile, we have another connection. I want to make sure I'm trying to figure out which way I want to go. Let me have a little more of my yogurt. Delicious. That was good. Bill and Nathan called in Miss Martell about her Uncle Ernie. I was like, oh, well, apparently he knew Sonny and all that whole train robbery thing. And she's like, he did. Like he was probably she knew nothing about what was going on with her Uncle Ernie at all. Then that guy's on the phone and calls somebody named Sonny, and his name is Woody. Keep that in mind. Elizabeth and Allie feel bad. They both feel defeated. We get great lessons about you just started. Just keep going. Do not stop. Love those lessons. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So that was good about that. And little Jack was cute, of course, as usual. But it was like, they both felt a little defeated. And it is tough when you believe in something and other people don't believe you. Fiona and Faith have a talk, a real serious talk. And the guy's name that she's supposed to marry is named Harry. And Faith is confused. She can sense Fiona doesn't want to do this. But Fiona feels like she has to do it. It's a tough choice. Like there's no one way or the other. It's like she was like, I don't want to do this, but she has so many big plans she wants to do, but she was still afraid to have faith in herself. But she asked Faith to be her maid of honor, and of course Faith said yes. The play is a hit, of course. It was a lot of fun. It was a hit. And so for me, audio dramas, audio plays, love it. It was a hit. There's a scene before that Minnie has stage fright, and Joseph, of course, they're the best couple too. Joseph makes fun of her a little bit while encouraging. You tell they've been married a long time because he's like, you do everything. You're good at everything you try. Like, no, I'm not. She goes, well, okay, you're not a good gardener, which that made me laugh. And she's like, wait a minute. And he's like, you're a plant killer. You know me, I'm a gardener, so it makes you laugh. But it was a hilarious scene between the two of them. But it was a good scene. It was like, I'm your husband. I'm supporting you. I will be there. Don't worry. You got this. And again, it's all over her British voice, which that's such a real voice. It's amazing. Players the bomb. Then later, towards the end, we get some really good old-fashioned happy ending. Some teachers from other places send Elizabeth letters from that play, saying that they're trying the new learning also, and it's working for their kids. So that makes her feel good. Miss Martell and Lucas have a discussion and she spills her guts, saying that she inherited a ranch that is held by a loan shark. That AJ McGinty is the one who tricked them all into signing something that what they thought was one thing, and it turned out to be a loan. And so if they all vote his way, he won't call in the loan. Got it. So he has them all by the short hairs. So that's why they're all kind of like, there was some mudslide and he helped them out. And that's just how that is. So yeah, good deed doesn't go undone or whatever, yes. Mr. So what was that again? I'm blank. Let's see. Roland. Roland comes back. Yes, the show is a hit. There are lots of letters from the curriculum thing and for the show. He wants to go bigger and bigger, and this is how God works, right? He goes, "Oh yeah, I know you don't want to do that. So let me, and I know you're wanting something earnest that's going to be for you. I'm gonna give you the right thing. I'm going to show it to you. I'm present it to you. That's what God does. So he's like, you're a hit. I want you to run. I bought this station that take you all the way to Seattle and all this stuff. I would try to run the programming." Rose's like, I'm not even I'm not even Hope Valley. Fiona says, I'll do it. And she has a meaningful goodbye with everybody. And I think that's what's so wonderful about this. It's like, yep, it's what we do. It's like now she gets to live her dream of this radio dream. Because there was this whole talk that she and Elizabeth had before that too that was very touching. And Elizabeth was just thinking, you got to take a leap of faith. Yeah, you only know what's good for you. Obviously, I can't tell you what's good for you, but you got to figure this out for you. I tell my mentees that all the time. So I was like, you got to bet on yourself, and you got to listen to yourself, and don't get yourself stuck in something you don't want to be in. That's like the message. And Fiona's strong. She's a strong woman. And say goodbye to everybody, especially Hickam. That's her male friend. I love that. And she drives off. What a great, it's just great. It was just, I'm like, that's how it should be. Which means she can come back at any time. That's good, or whatever. But it's just like I think that's a much better fit than her getting married, being in a loveless marriage, and maybe not even getting what she wants. In the end, here she can still affect change on the radio, kids. Still affect change. And I say the radio. I don't know. My dream was the radio, and my dream was. And I got on the radio. I had a radio show for several years, so I that was my dream. And what part that really made me cry, actually cried, was Elizabeth and Fiona when they were going through the letters, and she was thanking Fiona for her, pushing everything in. And I just, and the radio show, I mean, it's that radio can make a difference, and it's making a difference. And I know that personally from this, doing these shows, either on podcast form, audio, or here on YouTube. I'm not with you physically. I'm not in your living room talking to you physically. I'm somewhere, I'm here in LA, and you're somewhere else. And I do not, as I celebrate 10 years as a host this week, I don't take it for granted. I've gotten many of I've gotten letters, I've gotten presents, I've gotten encouragement, messages, but just also the fact that you actually watch or listen to my product, I don't take that lightly at all, because you have so many choices out there than watching me. And then many of you actually asked me this week, where's the new episode? That warmed my heart. I'm sorry that didn't come out last week, but it warms my heart. And so I know that this can make a difference. And I know for a fact, because I watched the Hardys from the very beginning form into what they are today. So I've seen it. I saw it, literally saw it. I was a part of it. Happy to be a part of it, but I don't take it lightly. So thank you out there, all of you, anyone who listens or watches the show still after all these years. I appreciate you. I see you. I hear you. And you helped me the life that I have today. So I don't want to start crying again, but I just really appreciate that. I'm David Jr. I'm going to try you back next week. I'm going to try. Who knows what's going on, right? Everything happens up in the air. But there'll be a new episode. I'm going to finish the season. Like we're going to have every episode come out. This is the only way for two at the same one. But everybody, take care of yourselves. Be careful whatever weather you're in. Be careful out there. And when I see you next time, it'll be March. Bye.